Up. Hello, anybody there? Let's see here. Paul just left. All right, what's up, everybody? Whoever's there. Let's see here. All right, what's up, everybody? Whoever's there. Okay. What the hell that was about? Puts all apps, open that up. Hope. Oh, that was about. Oh God, no. Paul left and didn't make nobody host. Hope. No, Paul left and didn't make nobody host. Shit. Well, I don't know if anybody's watching, but how's it going today? Paul left, so there's an echo that I cannot get rid of because he didn't make anybody co-host or host before he left. So, well, I don't know if anybody's watching, but how's it going today? Paul left, so there's an echo that I cannot get rid of because he didn't make anybody co-host or host before that. So, great. I gotta listen to myself twice. Damn it. Yeah, I can't do unlimited vertigo. How's it going? I can't do nothing about it. Paul took off and left for a ship before I got in here, and he didn't make anybody host or anything. So I can't control his mic. Otherwise, I'd mute him. Unlimited vertigo. How's it going? I can't do nothing about it. Paul took off and left for a ship before I got in here. He didn't make I swear to God. So I can't control his mic. Otherwise, I'd mute him. Yeah, hopefully his freaking internet goes out here in a second. I swear to God. On my end, it's loud. I can hear it really, really pronounced. Like it's real pronounced on my end. On my end, it's loud. I can hear it really, really pronounced. Like it's real pronounced on my end. So how you doing today, man? If I would have got in here 30 seconds earlier, I would have been able to be host, but how you doing today, man? I don't know if he's made it down here yet. He left probably about 30 seconds before I popped in. So he might be down there now. I don't know if he's made it down here yet. He left probably about 30 seconds before I popped in. So hey Chuck, there's an echo. There's nothing I can do about it. Paul took off before I got in here.
Sounds like I'm peeing in here. I was trying to thaw some fish.
He didn't make anybody host before he left, so he's got an echo and I can't mute him.
There's nothing I can do about it.
I actually don't hear it.
I can hear it.
I don't think I'm keen.
Oh, I better check my settings though.
Didn't make any.
No, he needs to start getting in the habit of doing that, Tim. If he leaves, he needs to mute his mic.
I actually don't hear it.
Background noise suppression.
I don't think I'm keen.
Isn't there an anti-echo thing in here somewhere?
He needs to start getting in the habit of doing that, Tim. If he
Oh,
mute his mic.
yeah, somebody left. Hold on.
Background noise suppression.
See, I can hear YouTube running in the background, like Tim said.
That's what I hear. It's like delay. I hear the delay. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he did. He should have muted himself before he left.
Yeah, somebody left on this.
Okay.
And I'm not host or co-host, so I can't fucking turn his mic off.
That's what I hear. It's like
Am I? Probably not.
Yeah.
No, you sound fine. It's just I can hear us talking.
No, it's annoying. I know. Here comes
Host or co-host
Trey.
can't fucking turn his mic off.
probably.
No, you sound fine. It's just I can hear.
Oh, Jesus, Paul.
No, it's annoying. I know.
Paul got up, didn't make nobody host, left YouTube running in the background.
Well, Paul's got priorities.
The wrong ones.
If
Well,
I
he
would have
said
got
capturing those ships is his priority.
if I would have got in here 30 seconds earlier, I would have caught him. But I saw him on camera as I was clicking into the stream, running off the camera.
Well, that's the whole thing. I'm wondering why you guys on so early.
That's what I was wondering.
He
just
started
looked
the
in to see
live
what's
stream and
going on.
left.
Earlier, I would have caught him, but I
He
saw-
probably thought, oh, let me start the live stream because he won't be back by 2:00 my time. Was it 5:00 your time?
Yeah, it's 4:40. So
4:40. I know he wouldn't be back
40.
in time to start at at the 5:00 time that he normally does. He won't be back by 2:00 my time.
and go to his house and shut his computer off, please.
Oh, then we all get kicked out.
No, it will just default one of us to host.
Oh,
Or
will it?
just right click on YouTube and hit mute.
Yeah.
Go to his house and shut his computer off, please.
Oh, it is so annoying.
Oh, it will just default one.
Oh, will it?
Just right click on YouTube. And
All the humanity.
Oh my God.
Where did
You
it
on
go?
vacation, Chuck?
it's so
Yeah, I'm in the mountains.
Oh, okay. Catskills, Poconos.
I'll be back.
Adirondacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am in Lake Placid. Well, I'm not in Lake Placid. I am in the town of Lake
Close enough.
Placid. It'd be awfully wet if I was in the lake.
Yeah, I say in the area.
I'm in the area of Lake Placid. That's
Yeah.
more specific. I have all my drones legitimatified for remote ID, so I shouldn't be able to get in any trouble this week when I'm up here.
Yeah, I say in the area.
All 3 drones are legit.
Oh, like
Good
That
deal.
was easy.
Like I tell a lot of people were making such a heartache about it when it didn't really need to be. And
I was they were all registered.
Yeah.
The only one that's not part 107 is Avada, because Avada is more fun than anything else. But Avada's
Mhm.
just, but yeah, they're all you do is go in and check the box for remote ID and
Yeah.
add the serial number. If it's not there, piece of cake. So easy. Hardest thing was finding the damn serial number for Avada. I had to turn the goggles on to get it.
Oh wow.
And I had to have it scrolling in front of me on the goggles. I'm like, okay, I got to remember the first 4. I type them in, boom, 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 boom. And I look at the goggles again, wait for it to scroll by, get to the next 4. Okay. Because I can remember 4 at a time because I'm challenged. Get it all in there. Because it's like a launch code. You know that.
I thought I saw Miss Lynn in the chat.
I don't
She said
see the
she's in a
chat.
cast, and that's what I heard. She broke her leg or something, foot, a while back. I thought I saw Miss Lynn in the chat.
I don't
She
see
said
the
she's in a
chat.
cast, and I heard she broke her leg or something.
Yeah,
No, I
Justin,
can
isn't
hear
that
while
crazy?
I'm hearing Paul's YouTube because there's always that 30 seconds to 40-second delay. That's what we're hearing, not an echo, but it's the YouTube.
Yeah, he never muted YouTube.
Right.
I'm hearing Paul YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
30
That's close.
40 seconds delay.
Of aircraft flying over. That's gonna make
YouTube.
it challenging flying here.
You never muted YouTube.
A local
exciting.
airport or
Well, up here, you know, there are a lot of small planes flying around. You have to be pretty alert, make sure that you stay. I stay as low as possible.
A local airport or
If I just break the treetops, I'm usually okay. They're not going to come down that low.
yeah.
It's going to hurt them a lot more than it's going to hurt me.
Stay as low as possible.
Yeah.
So they stay high.
If I just
So
break
Al Diaz in the house.
okay, they're not gonna come down that low.
Is Al around?
Diaz and Tim Jackson and
There's
who
Tim.
else we got
Lynn.
lurking about here?
And
Unlimited
then
Vertical.
Diaz in the house.
he was around. Still kicking.
Al around?
Yeah.
Phil Jackson.
Oh, for the love of God. Hurry up, Paul.
Unlimited.
He'll be back at 5.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Is he flying?
Yeah, he's flying the ship. That's why he left.
That thing?
5.
Oh, no more people right now. Go away, Dominic.
Oh God. We're gonna get lots of
Yeah.
we get to hear yourself again in 10 seconds.
Mhm.
Oh, no more
What are you guys on so early for?
Paul put the live stream on and then took off to do a ship, but he didn't mute his YouTube, so we're hearing everything twice.
Yeah.
What are you guys on? No.
Oh, he would have had. He could have went on a few minutes later.
Do a ship, but he didn't mute his YouTube.
Just getting to the end of the ship. We'll be back. He says. All right, perfect.
Oh, he wrote.
Oh, he would have. He could have went on a little.
Mr. Dominic, I see you were starring in one of Matt's videos.
Yes, I know.
Nice.
Uh,
Mr. Dominic, I see you were
One of his epic cinematic ventures.
Or don't turn YouTube on.
All of about 10 seconds, if that.
yeah,
Normally his classics are around 6 seconds.
one of his
yeah.
cinematic.
I guess
Yeah,
a lady was
blockbuster.
going, I guess he's got a little Cecil D. DeMille's bug biting him, so he's making them about 10 seconds now.
Yeah, yeah,
What's up, Al?
Around 6 seconds.
yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
a lady.
blockbuster.
I guess he got a little Cecil D. DeMille's biting, so he's making about 10
God,
seconds.
that's so annoying.
Yeah, I know. I want to mute him so bad, and I can't.
You can't reach through your computer and get to his and like mute it. I know. We need remote access to do it. All you need is administrative rights. Just made you the host. You'd be good.
I want to mute him so bad, and I can't.
The one day we need his internet to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just won't because it knows.
Administrative rights. Made you the host. You'd be good.
I want to mute him so bad, and I can't. The one day.
Fish
we need-
thawed yet?
Unlimited says because Da Vinci crashes anytime he renders anything over 12 seconds.
Lori, it's pretty much thawed.
Unlimited says they can bend the track.
We gotta like
When does
work in the
anything-
kitchen, I guess.
Was that Airbnb?
Lori, it's pretty much thawed.
Sorta.
Hello, everybody. I've
The
just
house
got the
we
chat
rented
up.
a few times.
Echo.
Airbnb?
Hello, everybody. I've just got the chat up. Yeah. Echo.
Airbnb?
We are ignited.
Chuck's over there doing ASMR with the stove.
You try and get the pilot light, and all of a sudden we're going to see this big oof flame bust up. And Chuck's got a new
Pull
haircut.
myself up.
Hey, Tim.
Or doing ASMR?
Trying not to blow myself up. That would be bad.
Yeah, as I say, I can hear the pilot like clicking, click, click, click,
Snap,
click. And I
snap,
said,
snap.
you
It went.
raise up and all of a sudden, poof.
Yeah, and have a lot less hair.
Yeah, I mean, my haircut.
Dre, it looked like you, man.
That's it. There you go.
Snip, snip, snip.
All right, Paul's on his way back officially.
A lot like hair.
Yeah,
But don't rush it. We don't want to get no accidents.
Dre, it looked like you, man.
that's it. There you go.
All right, Paul's on his way back. Officially.
That would be the viral video of the weekend right there. Chuck catch fire
Yeah.
live on YouTube stream. That's gonna be 1 million+ views right there.
Yeah, right there. Chuck catch fire.
If that's a rental, there might be a place you have to turn the gas on it.
Live on
Oh, it's on. It's burning.
Oh, is it?
That's gonna be 1 million+ views right there.
If that's a rental, there might be a place. That's a nice stove, though.
Second.
It's one of those big 6-burner stoves, it looks like.
Wow. There we go.
That's a nice stove.
Good. I was trying to figure out how to put it in broil. There are no instructions and there's no like real markings on the thing. There's these Germans, it's a German oven, I think, and the Germans expect you to just understand everything. But they don't plan on
Broil, there are no instructions and there's no like.
they don't plan on a dumb American using it.
Now we get to hear the German bashing twice.
Yes,
Yeah.
twice. How do you say twice in German? Douche.
Now we get to hear the German bashing twice.
Yes,
Yeah.
twice. They say twice in German. Douche.
Oh man.
Oh, Al had a question for you, Dre.
Out between the kids and work and his gun channel, he's been pretty busy.
He's a busy boy. What?
He's called me. I guess it's been about maybe 2 weeks since I last heard from Adrian. And he wants to get on there, do some drone work, but like something always comes up. I told him, hey, don't worry about it, dude. Just do you.
What? I should set up my studio lights. I have them with me.
He said this stuff doesn't pay the bills.
Wants to get on there, do some drone work.
YouTube doesn't pay me.
I'm
anything.
wondering if he's getting kind of burnt out with the drone stuff, though, too.
Yeah, that can happen. But I'm saying, I can say he's always been a big gun person. So now that is more of a passion than even flying drones.
He's getting kind
He really gets a kick out of shooting.
Well, plus his channel for that is growing way faster than his drone channel ever did.
Yeah, yeah.
So now that is
'Cause I remember even when we were doing the live streams, he and I would always talk about, he wanted to start the gun channel. I said, go ahead and do it. If you got the time and you want to do both, go ahead.
Paul's pulling in the garage, thank God.
Now, Chuck, when you came into that place, did you identify the 2 dents in the doors of the refrigerator?
Oh, they've been there for a couple of years.
Oh, I was going to say, make sure you write that down.
No, we know the landlord really well. I mean,
okay.
in fact, today, if we hadn't been so lazy, we could have checked in anytime we wanted, as early as we want. We could stay as late as we want the day we check out. She's just very cool with us because
That's good.
we're like regulars. You know what's really funny though? You can't see it on the fridge, but on the side of the fridge, there's a Covaxion kitchen magnet from like a couple visits ago. It's still there.
A little slap
I'm gonna
tag.
put a few more up. I brought more. I'll put a few more on the fridge.
You know what's really funny?
Oh, man.
You can't see it on the fridge, but on the side of the fridge, there's a Covaxion.
I get to hear that all over again.
A couple visits ago, it's still there.
Wow. It's like we're doing time travel.
Yeah.
Oh, mute YouTube immediately.
Hang on.
Like doing time travel. Oh, mute YouTube immediately.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, you fixed it. I didn't hear hang on, so I knew he got it.
Yeah.
The
So
relief.
who let's okay, so it put me as host. Hold on a sec.
Sorta, Al. We're a little too early again this year. Some spots it looks really great, and other spots not so much. Here normally gets pretty awesome, but it's not awesome right here yet. We'll find something though.
Yeah,
still wanna
I say
fly
give you
those.
guys another month. You guys be in full fall mode.
Well, the mountains usually this usually happens nowish. It's happening
Mhm.
nowish, but we came a week later than last year, but it's still too soon.
Yeah.
But I might have to just fly those ski slopes again from the Olympic, the Olympic ski jumps. I'm gonna have to do them again.
Well,
I
take
just
the
can't
Vada
resist.
down. They still have the old luge slide thing set up.
Oh yeah. Well, right
Take
now
the
it's in
Vada
between.
down that thing.
It's in between seasons, so maybe I could.
Yeah.
Because it's in between seasons. We did the summer bobsled a couple years ago. You guys probably remember that. And then like September to beginning of December, it's shut down. They converted over to ice.
Yeah.
So it's like I wanted to do the luge. They have roller luge like in the summertime, and they have roller skeleton. And I think a 360 camera on my head doing like
that would be awesome.
I will
360
do it
camera.
next year, but not,
Yeah.
if I live, I will do it next year. I have to do it. Lori's like, you could die. It's like, yeah, but it'll be a great video. But that'll use the 360 camera for sure. Like in unicorn mode. Maybe that'd be good for like luge. If I'm like back on the luge and I have the camera like over like here.
Yeah.
Straight up. Oh, that'd be sick. Okay.
How's everybody doing?
Well,
Yeah.
you're
I
driving
guess-
everybody
I
bananas.
guess
there
that
for
last
a
minute
while.
run didn't work out well.
No.
Well, it worked out good for me. It just created, but the issues you guys have, I apologize for. But all the issues you had was before my normal start time of 5. It's only 4:50.
Well, you shouldn't have started up the stream then.
The
Darn
only
it all.
person that was really crying
go-
about
when
it,
you-
Paul, was Justin.
When you go down to do that ship, you don't know how bad the traffic's going to be. You don't know
Yep.
what's going to happen or whatever. And I
Yeah.
didn't want to be late.
Yeah.
All you had to do was mute your YouTube and everything would have been just peachy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no. Nope.
Well, I'm glad that Chuck, that you think of everything and you never have an issue. Attaboy. You get an attaboy.
Oh,
I mean, I didn't decide to do it until the ship was already round the bend coming up the river, and I could see it on my other camera, and I'd say, "Oh crap!" In fact,
no,
Oh.
dude, I'm just as human as you, believe me.
Mia usually goes with me. She's pissed at me right now because she didn't get a chance to go.
I was like 30
Yeah.
seconds from catching you too.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I saw you on the stream running out of the room right when I clicked the
You
link.
cook on the stream again, Lori. You cook.
Yeah.
No.
I apologize to everybody for creating a commotion.
No, it was fine.
It was
jumping
fine. It was
around.
just like about 10 to 15 seconds later, you'd hear what you just said because of the YouTube lag.
Well,
with the regular
if I had planned it, I would probably try and take all that in consideration. What it was I looked and says, should I? So I quick started up the stream, quick turned it on, quick put up the post thing, and I put it on the chat, but I didn't pin it. So
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
You're fine.
well, it seems like it always happens to me because of this old fart just can't do it anymore, you know?
Oh, it's always something, Paul. It's no big deal, man. It's just fun to take the piss out of you. That's all.
Yeah, well, I was kind of listening to you because I was talking to Lynn on my cell phone in my pocket, and she
Yeah,
was playing it for me.
Yeah,
she was on here. Yeah. She was
Yeah,
in
she was
chat.
telling us you were watching.
Yep.
Yep. So, but I'm glad that Dre popped in, and
Yep.
Dominic, and
Well, as
Justin.
always, when you do something out of ordinary, I got to check to see what's going on. And when I saw it pop up at 1:31 or whatever it was, my time, I said, "Oh, something's going on. Let me check it out." Then I see Justin sporting that. Hope you killed that guy, Justin. Whoever cut your hair.
I cut my own hair.
Okay.
Whoops.
It'll be easy death report. Self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Dude, haircuts have gotten expensive this past year.
Nah.
Jesus.
Like I said,
Well, you got to remember that the barber or whoever, the hairdresser, whoever's working on your hair, they're paying the same damn inflated prices all the rest of us are. So they've got the ability to move the price up.
Last time I took my son to get his haircut, it was like almost $40 with the tip.
Mm.
That's why everybody's letting their hair get a lot longer.
Yeah,
I
that's
just bought
that's what Dominic's plan is, right?
Yeah.
I just bought my own cutter and put the guard on there, and then Sarah touches it up for me and does it up. It saves me a lot of money by doing that.
Yep. And here comes Rod.
Oh, Captain Joe said he had a bad day. The Avata crashed and gave an ESC warning. Was flying in a playground and landed in the wood chips. Front motors would not engage. Oh, wow. Captain Joe said.
Oh, I had the exact same. I had the exact same problem, Captain Joe.
Rod,
Gotta
you got
play
to mute your
Yeah.
Your YouTube.
What
Oh
happened?
yeah, hang on.
Yeah, we've already had enough of that today.
Yeah.
Well, it's better wood chips than Icelandic frickin'
Oh
sand.
yeah,
black
like
sand.
Chuck.
I had the exact same problem. I was at a playground and
It's good to go.
it kind of flew into the ground, and it was still flying. So I tried to gas it to get back off the ground, and it ate a wood chip and wound up burning the board, the ESC board. They fixed it under warranty. So don't do it as carry refresh, Captain Joe. Send it in as a warranty repair. They'll fix it
All right, Larry, where's all the stuff?
because it probably burned up the board for the motor. That's what mine did. And at least he's a little closer to Texas where they fixed that. So mine took 13 days to get there and back.
God, that hat was dirty.
To get there, fix it, and then return it, right?
Under warranty, yes.
Yeah.
Care refresh, they don't care. They just send you one. So
Laura.
Hey, little Mama Laura, how you doing?
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna jump for a little bit. I'll be back.
Stuff,
Okay,
Lauren.
Chuck, we'll look for you.
it's been a crap week for me. We all found out Sunday night we had COVID.
Oh, no.
And the mother-in-law went in the hospital on Monday. She's still there. She's supposed to come home tomorrow.
Wow.
So it's not been a fun week.
I would say no. Isn't like you like to spend your week, is it?
No.
Let's just say I didn't do any work this week because I didn't feel very good. They got a new medication that they can give you now. It's a little bit like the Z-Pack. It's called Paxlovid.
Yeah.
That's for COVID. It's a 5-day regimen kind of thing. And literally, so I got that in the evening. I wound up taking both doses that night. By the next morning, my nose wasn't running nearly as bad. Now I'm almost back to normal. Almost. 4 days later.
Would you get like grandfathered into that deal there, Al? That's a
Yeah.
really good deal. So I say haircuts have gotten super expensive this past year or so. I've almost doubled in price.
My great clip still charges $20.
And then what do you normally tip them?
I don't know.
Like
2 to
five?
5, 2 to 5, whatever it is.
Okay, so say $25.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's about what I was paying, but a lot of the places around here, it's a minimum $30, and then you're talking a $5 tip. You know, it's $35, $40, depending on how much you tip them. So I just went out and bought my own hair cutters with guards, and I just all around. And Sarah goes around, does my line and my all that stuff, and behind my ears.
I do a
and
high and
everything.
tight. They better not charge me a bunch of money. My haircut's so damn easy for them to do. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's been a miserable week. Today's the first day I kind of feel
Halfway
Almost.
decent.
halfway decent.
Everybody in my house that ever caught COVID, they were all asymptomatic except for Sarah, and she was the only one that got the COVID shot.
Me and the daughter have had three of the shots. We wound up with a nose and a cough. Daughter had more of a cough than I did. Mine was more running nose than anything.
What's up, bro?
The wife who only had 2 shots, she wound up with more of the flu symptoms, where she had the aches and chills and fever kind of stuff. And the mother-in-law, she wound up with the foggy brain. That's how we knew that it was inside the house, was because of her symptoms. And Sunday night, we went and got the test, and and then come Monday morning when I woke up, the wife come in and went, we got to call the ambulance. Her mom's blood pressure was 200 over something.
Oh, wow.
So literally in 12 hours, if we'd have waited another 12 hours, she'd have been dead.
Well,
It would have killed her.
and the thing is, too, Al, is you could have gotten it and not known, because you could have been like my son. He was completely asymptomatic. He didn't show a complete symptom.
I talked to somebody from work. She's had it twice. Never had the first symptom.
I could have gotten it multiple times and not known, because how many times I was around Sarah and Thomas and everybody else that had it, and I never caught anything.
The problem with COVID, unlike the flu, is you are literally contagious about 4+ days before you actually get symptoms.
Yeah,
So by the
once
time you start feeling symptoms, you've already contaminated
You've got
everybody.
it, right? Yeah.
well, yeah, if anybody is contaminated, they're already contaminated at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I said. Like, and then a lot of times, that's the thing, is people don't know. And so, how many times does the wife kiss the husband kissed the wife, or gave their kid a kiss, on the cheek or whatever.
The answer is just go get the fucking boosters and be done with it. That's the whole point of the boosters. Isn't to keep you from getting it per se. It will help. It will definitely help you not get it. But the whole point of the boosters is so that you don't wind up with any nasty symptoms.
Sarah got the shot, and COVID kicked the living shit out of her when she caught it, because they forced her at her work to go get it. Before the laws were set in Florida, where they were
The
forcing
Delta
people to go get
variant,
it.
that Delta variant, if that's when she got it, that one was just
Okay,
fucking
guys,
nasty.
get him. Get him quick. I'm gonna get close to you because he has a knife.
Shot or no
Yeah.
shot. It's a good thing she had the shot, because she didn't have the shot, it probably would have been worse.
But like I said, I was in bed with her, laying in bed with her 3-4 days before she found out she had it. And I never
Can
caught
get
anything.
lucky. Yeah, can get lucky.
I have a feeling it doesn't like me, because I've been around so many people that had it and never caught anything. I don't think it likes me.
It may be that your immune system
Get it.
knows what to do when it sees it.
Get her.
So you just never really get it.
So that's the thing, is a
Yeah.
lot of people could have been carrying it and not knowing it. Like I said, it's very possible Al had it at some point and not even known it.
Oh yeah, 100%. And the crazy part of it is my daughter brought it home from school and she's still basically in full COVID mode. She wears her mask. She puts the spray on her hands and face. She's not really around people at school and she's still caught this one. We've managed to avoid everything else. Not this time. So this latest variant, that fucker is super contagious. Which is why the COVID numbers are going up again.
I remember, so I started back at Walmart, like it's
No.
probably about a little over a year into it. And Walmart was giving 2 weeks off for any employee that was either possibly going to catch it from a family member or if they had it, right? You got 2 weeks
Sure.
paid off, period.
That
Dude, I
the
was
only
back
way-
at-
the only way
I was-
to deal with it.
I was back at Walmart for 2 weeks and my son got tested positive for it. So he had to stay home. And I let the lady know I had all the paperwork that he had it, had his test results, all the doctor's notes, everything.
Same here,
And I brought it into the office. They said, "Oh, we don't need none of that. You just go home for 2 weeks. You're getting paid." I said, "Okay." They didn't even want any proof that I had it. They were just giving it to you if you said you had it. But I had a whole file full of like doctor's notes, his test results, because I figured Walmart was going to want that as proof that I needed the 2 weeks off. Because I asked him, I said, "Well, what do you want me to do? Do I just come into work or do you want me to stay home?" And the lady was like, "Oh, definitely don't come in here." And so after the 2 weeks was up, I came into the office, went into the HR office with my file with all the paperwork. And I said, "Here, I brought this in for you guys for the 2 weeks I had off." She goes, "Oh, I don't need none of that." I said, "Okay." And I was only at Walmart for 2 weeks before they gave me a 2-week vacation. I was like, that's nuts.
Ah,
That was when they were letting everybody call in unlimited, like you weren't getting docked for it. Oh my God, dude, you'd go into Walmart and there'd be like 10 employees in the whole store. Because everybody was calling in all the time because they could.
oh, no.
There'd be people calling in for like a week and a half straight, and then they'd come back to work for a few days, call in for another week. Because there was like a
Really?
year and a half, they weren't docking anybody for that. They could have as many call outs as they wanted. Yeah, it was crazy.
Anyway, it's like the flu. Just get your shots.
I haven't had a flu shot in probably 8 years, 10 years, maybe. And I've never caught it.
Look at your age.
37.
You can make that choice at your age. The older you get, the riskier that choice is.
Hey, Rob.
The only thing I've had in the
Same
past,
thing with COVID. Same thing with COVID. If you're younger and you don't wanna, okay. Chances are you're gonna be fine. But there's a 1% chance that it may kick your ass and kill you.
But
isn't that
with anything in life?
You know, I have a nurse friend around the corner. They had a friend of theirs. He was like 42. A marathoner. Died from COVID. Caught it and died. That's he was probably one of the healthiest people you would have met, and it fucking killed him. So that 1% chance is real. And it's not you want to take the chance, go for it.
well, in the past 10 years, the only thing I've had was pneumonia one time. And I was hospitalized for 2 days doing breathing treatments. But yeah, that's about all I've had in the past 10 years. I don't get sick very often.
I said, watch out, he's good.
Like, I don't know how many times.
Here's the other part. Here's the other part of it, though. You may be younger and go, okay, it's not going to hurt me. But what if you're carrying it and you give it to your parents or your grandparents? That's the risk. The
Yeah,
risk
but-
isn't the risk isn't necessarily you dying from it. The risk is somebody who you're around that's older getting it from you. So go get your shot.
His family, I just think inheritance, I do.
What's up, Dan?
Hey, Dan, boobs.
That was boys, not boobs.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, but
You
I
read
know
what you
that.
wanted to read.
no, that's my that's my greeting when Dan gets in, boobs.
Yeah. Oops.
Always.
Just in.
What's up?
So it's one of those things you may not need it because you'll stay alive, but you potentially could be a carrier and end up killing somebody else because you didn't.
Hey, Rob, how's it going?
Oh, you know, this time, yeah. I said hi to you twice.
Yeah, well,
Hi.
I didn't hear you.
What's up, Joe?
Antidotes.
And on top of that, these mRNA vaccines are fucking ungodly good. They're safer than our old style vaccines by
Mm.
miles and decades and decades. You have to remember the old vaccines, basically what they do is they stick a dead version of it in and let your immune system figure it out. And what it figures out and how to kill the virus is different between people, which is why you end up with such wide variation of side effects. It may find something that's on the virus that it wants to kill that's also on, well, good healthy cells too. Where with the mRNA, we're literally teaching the body to target a specific thing on that damn virus to kill it. One specific protein.
Mm.
The way I
What's up,
describe
Jody?
the way I
Jody?
describe it to people is remember during the first Gulf War, we shot all the Tomahawks, right? And you showed it on TV. Hey, we could hit a building. That was version 1. Version 1 was we could hit the building. That's kind of like the first generation of vaccines. We can hit the virus. The next generation, the Gen 2 of the Tomahawks, hey, which side of the building do you want to hit? It wasn't a matter of hitting the building anymore. It's kind of like, okay, which side do you want to hit? We can
Refining the
pick a
target,
side.
right?
Yeah. Now, the third generation of Tomahawks, it ain't just what building and what side of the
Huh?
building. It's which window and which door do you want to go in? It's that bloody accurate. And so
Mm.
that's kind of what the mRNA is. It's very specific. It's going to kick in the right door and go in and do its job and not just hit the entire building like the old vaccines. So as a guy who likes technology, I like the technology behind it. The other part of it is mRNA is starting to have a significant impact on cancer because we're able to produce things that can attack specific cancer cells.
Well, the medical field is expanding all the time. If you look back 30, 40 years ago, people used to die of stuff that they're not
Fucking
dying
Rob.
of. now.
Yeah. Look at what's his name from Flashdance? Patrick Swayze, right? He died from pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
So did what's his name from Jeopardy? Pancreatic cancer is a death sentence. So about 2 months ago, I read an article where they did a study and they produced individual mRNA vaccines against the pancreatic cancer cells for 16 people. This was an early test. And 18 months later, 50% of them had no cancer, which is pretty goddamn impressive for something that is pretty much a death sentence. So this is where mRNA and all that stuff is going and what it's going to be able to do for us. You know, last night I adjusted the settings because it was too bright. Now today it looks like it's not bright enough.
So Rob, what have you been up to today?
Editing.
You did what?
Editing.
Editing. Okay. I thought you said packed it in.
I've been playing. Playing with the new things on Neo AI.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the one that you and Paul Hodges were talking about, right? Neo.
Yeah, yeah, they got new things out today. They have.
New editing program, right?
Have you had that, Hodges?
Which one did you get? Neo?
Yeah,
I've got
it's had
Neo.
new.
Did they release a new version of Neo?
Yeah,
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 they've had updates today.
yeah.
They got a glow and
Yeah,
And
they've been
then
adding a
Neon.
lot of a
you
lot
got-
of AI things onto it.
yeah, it's just quite cool. I've been having some fun with it.
I've got Neo and Luminar AI, the one prior version.
Yeah,
I got all three. I got Luminar, 4 Luminar.
Or AI, and then Neo. Yeah.
and then I got a Adobe Pro, and then the one I'm enjoying at the moment is Mojave.
Moabi.
Yeah, it's got a massive bunch of AI stuff on it. It has. It's actually quite good.
At least I got some flying in last week. Man, it's been raining here in Florida all week.
Yeah.
It's gonna rain all weekend. In fact, there was supposed to be a festival this weekend. They delayed it. They pushed it out because they knew it was gonna rain this weekend.
It's gonna be a nice weekend here. Actually, next week they're calling for a heat wave here.
There's been this low pressure parked over freaking Florida for a week. It's like 80% chance of rain every day. It's like our June weather, Justin, where it's raining every day.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm waiting for some cold weather to come through. That's what I want to.
You want
Did
to
you
learn
see
a new,
that comment?
you want to learn a new term?
Did you see that comment? This is literally a panel full of glasses.
Yeah. Here,
Rob,
I'll take mine off.
Rob, what's going on with your internet? Man, it is like jumpy like crazy.
It's really glitchy.
I gotta be 300 things running. I'll drop off for a bit. I'll
You don't need to do that.
No, I was just
No,
letting you know.
Let me
It's probably
give
got
you let me
Many
give you a new
programs running in the
hurricane.
background.
Let me give you a new hurricane term. I bet Dominic knows this term now.
Yeah.
The Fujiwara effect. So this is a Japanese guy that came up with this, but it's when two hurricanes, typhoons, or whatever get within about 1,000 miles of each other, they will start doing a dance effectively.
Oh, nice.
And start dancing around each other. So the interesting part that's going on right now is what's out here.
What's up, Bill?
You guys
Yeah,
are
Bill.
seeing this NOAA thing now?
Yeah.
So Philip was the one that formed first. When Philip first came out, the original path was going to push it up north. And then all of a sudden, it was like, okay, it's going to come over here and it's going to end up on Puerto Rico. It was just like going to keep going west. And I'm thinking that storm behind it is impacting it, and it's starting to want to do the dance between the two storms. Now, if you look at this today, look what this thing's doing. It's not even going. It's not even going to the west. It's going to curve and come back, which means it's going to come back and run into this thing. The two storms are doing the Fujiwara effect, and they're gonna end up colliding and forming one. But they're doing the dance, and what's going on out there in the Atlantic right now is an ideal, is very much classic Fujiwara.
Fujiwara.
Yeah.
I take it the guy's name was Fujiwara.
Yeah, he was a Japanese scientist.
Yeah.
And they
It's
came up
called
with
the
this.
Fujita scale.
Yeah, good point. So anyways, that's what's going on in the Atlantic right now with those two storms that are
Okay.
out literally to a T. It's been interesting to watch the projected track of Philip just change from day to day. It's just like pretty radical changes. It's like, okay, it's going north. Nope, now it's going to go straight west. Nope, now it's going to curve a little south. Nope, now it's going back to the north and curving around, and yeah, it's just going to collide with the other. It's just going to collide with the other storm.
Here at CTV News, people who have problems with home renovation.
There. Okay. So should be seeing my radar now. Is it showing the radar?
Yeah.
So here's the two. Here's Phillips and here's the R storm right behind it. So they're pretty close to each other. You can see the winds. Right there's the center of the one. Right there's the center of the other. So they're literally saying this thing's going to kind of hang out here, curve, and come back this way. And this one is supposed to go up this way. So eventually this one is going to slam into that one. And it's going to become, I don't know what, I don't know who's going to get to keep its name when they collide together. Maybe they'll create
hyphenated.
Maybe they'll create a new name for it. I don't know. But it'll be interesting. There you go. A little weather knowledge for the day and the Fujiwara effect. A term you probably never heard unless you looked at hurricane stuff it up. Or typhoons.
And we do cyclones here.
Oh yeah, and cyclones. South of the equator. South and west. Typhoons are west and north. And cyclones are south of the equator, right?
Yeah.
I think is the
But if you're in
dividing
the
line for all
middle,
that
if
crap.
you're in the middle equatorial zone, they're the typhoons.
Yeah. Don't ask me why the scientists needed to freaking name them all different, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Me neither, Dom.
Carlos.
I'm saying Laura needs to start
Hi.
pulling some plugs around the house.
My God, Carlos.
Carlos, how you doing,
Hi.
buddy?
How are you guys?
Long
Yeah.
time no see, buddy.
I wasn't gone for that long, have I?
Oh, 2 or 3 weeks.
I've been busy. Have things been with you, Paul?
About the same. I've been busy too, trying to stay out of trouble, and that's kind of a full-time job.
That's good.
So the best part for us is, Justin, it's almost October 1, and the next 2 weeks for sure look clear for us. So
I stopped worrying about the storms like 3-4 weeks ago. Because it didn't seem like we were going to get much.
Only if it comes from the Western Caribbean, like a dahlia. If one forms down there and moves north,
Mm.
which is what happens in the late season, is they come from down there.
Well, this is the late season, isn't it? Isn't the hurricane season like from August to?
November 1 is the
Yeah,
end.
September's the height of it though. Like that's when you
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
see the worst of it.
September is the height. October is Florida's height. Florida almost always gets hit in October
Okay.
for whatever reason. But
So
anyways,
Carlos, what
we're
have you
looking
been up
good.
to?
Nothing much. I've been just relaxing. We're gonna have a new house built next year.
Oh, you're building a new house. All right.
Yeah. Next year we're gonna move into it. Halloween's coming up,
Yeah.
and apparently on November 1st, everyone's terrified of the "All I Want for Christmas" song, which I
Yeah,
don't get what's wrong with. I mean, like, I don't really care. It didn't really affect me. I just feel like people are being dramatic.
What now? What?
There's a "All I Want for Christmas" song by
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, that apparently plays a lot, and a lot
Yeah.
of people hate it, which I
Ah.
don't get why. Because, like, seriously, it's once a year, and you just need to get over yourself. If you hate it, you hate it. Don't complain it to us.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
Baby
It's a
Shark song.
terrifying song.
Yeah, but when you work
I like it. I don't
retail,
get
you got to
why
listen to
guys
the.
hate it.
Yeah, but when you work retail, you got to listen to the same 30 songs over and over again for a month and a half.
But
Yeah.
to be fair, I
Loudspeakers.
work in a deli, and I also have
Shit's annoying.
I have the loudspeakers, but there's just one problem. You can't really hear it in the deli. You can't hear the speakers. So got that. What else? What else do I have? I just don't get it. I didn't know you guys knew that song. I mean, you guys are basically in different parts of the world.
Yeah, it's a worldwide phenomenon.
Really?
That's one of Dominic's favorite songs.
I
Yeah,
hate
right.
Christmas music.
I actually like that song. People keep saying it's a horrible song. I don't get it. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. Don't just bring us down.
Matter of fact, I hate all holiday music.
Yeah, I'm being
What
Scrooge
about
as well.
Halloween music?
No, I'm not a fan of any.
You
holiday
know,
music.
it reminds me of Queen's "Another One Bites the Dust."
Yeah,
It was a good song, but god damn, when they play it every third song on the radio, it gets annoying after a while. They played that song into the ground when that thing came out.
Well, they do that with every song these days. I mean, if you still listen to the radio, I haven't listened to the radio in forever.
Yeah.
There's a new song out. I'll just go on YouTube and listen to it, or Spotify. I don't listen to the radio. Too many damn commercials and breaks, and you get to listen to 2 songs, and you get to listen to 40 minutes of commercials, and then you get another 2 songs, and
Exactly.
super annoying.
What you 3D printing?
Sorry?
He's got a business. He does it all the time.
Ah,
Yeah.
I would.
How many 3D printers you got going at any one time, Rob?
what I want to know is, when are they going to make one that could 3D print gold for me?
Anyone gold 3D printed?
it's
I want some
Actually,
3D printed gold bars, please.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have filament with gold flakes in it, because they have wood. They got filament with 30% wood fiber in it, so it comes out as wood grain.
So
They got metal ones now.
yeah, they
Yeah.
do. Relativity Space is a new space. Their shtick that's different from SpaceX is they're 3D printing the rocket. The one that they test flew was
Yeah,
The
I
one
saw
that
it.
blew up?
80 some percent 3D
yeah,
printed
bits and
parts.
pieces.
Are they testing
Yeah.
a rocket that blew up, or are they testing?
Yeah, it blew up. It blew up. It didn't get to stage 2. It didn't separate.
Well, and what people don't realize is like 99% of the accidents SpaceX has had was on purpose for data.
Yeah.
Like they purposely blew rockets up and lost stuff. The last one I would say definitely wasn't on purpose, but they've done a lot of where they've lost rockets on purpose so they could take the data and study it.
Sure. They weren't
I
worried
mean, I know
about whether
one
it was
time-
successful or not.
I remember one
Right.
time in the past there was one rocket that basically blew up and it had people in it. I don't know how long ago that was.
Oh shit, that was back in what the last one was back in what the
What was that called? A Challenger, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The one
there
that
was
blew
two
up
of
was
them.
Challenger, but Columbia was the last one, and it came apart over
came
Texas.
apart
when it
on
came
landing.
down.
That was the old.
That was
and
20 years ago.
that's why one of the reasons why they abandoned the
Yeah.
program too. NASA became kind of useless at that point, to be honest with you.
Which I think was terrible, because where would we be if every time a plane crashed we didn't use planes anymore?
Mm.
Well, it's just
Yeah,
like
it was terrible, but
well,
I'd
like I
say
said,
Laura.
look at the difference between government funded and privately funded.
Yeah.
SpaceX has just downs and leaps have made NASA look like their entire existence was useless. Nothing against NASA, but the amount of crap that SpaceX has done in the past 10 years, I mean, it's mind blowing. Even the spacesuits are
Yep.
so futuristic looking, and they're 3 times smaller than the original spacesuits. They're so much thinner. They can move around. They're more, you know what I'm saying? Like everything they've done has been an extreme advancement very quickly versus NASA. You know, they were kind of underfunded for years and years, but I mean, that's what happens when you get government budgets, you know. Private money, you have to show results a lot faster and a lot quicker. You don't have time to dick around, you know.
Anyways, on that relativity space one, even though it blew up, it made it past max Q, which is the max stress. So it
Mhm.
showed that a 3D printed rocket could get through the highest stress point. So even though it didn't make it to orbit, it's still
Something like that, right?
it still proved that the theory and the system was good.
well, the thing
That you can
but
3D
the-
print a rocket and actually make it work.
But the thing of it is, in my mind, Rod, is okay, it made it through max Q, but the tremendous pressure that's put on that rocket at max Q, it probably affected that rocket as it went further and then blew up.
They blew it up because this stage didn't separate.
So what they don't know, because I've listened to several different people theorize about it, is that max Q, the pressure on max Q and everything, screwed up the ability to separate
Maybe.
stages.
Yeah, I don't know. I know somebody that works there. I can probably ask, although they probably haven't told them. But I'm sure their engineers know what it was, and we'll fix it. Just like SpaceX. Hello, they lost how many freaking engines on Starship the last time?
Oh, yeah.
They had 3 on launch that were dead. So
Well, the other evolution I find interesting is we went away from having 3 different modules, 2 boosters and a regular, and we don't do the booster thing much anymore.
the Falcon Heavy is 3. It's 3 Falcon 9s. So they do if it's a super heavy military load, basically. Going to geo orbit. Then they use the Falcon 9 Heavy to launch those.
Still on.
The crazy part is Raptor 2 engine that they have coming for Starship. I forget how much more thrust it has, and about 1/3 the weight. Apparently they went through and tried to figure out everything they could take off.
Right, I gotta
And
jump
have
off.
less parts.
All right, we'll
Okay,
see you
Rob,
later.
we understand. It's 11:38 there where you are.
Hmm.
Is it or is it 10:38? 10:38, isn't it?
Oh, you guys, 5 hours. That's right. 10:30.
Yeah.
Ah, all right. Right, see you all later.
Okay,
Later.
Rob, thanks for stopping by, buddy.
And Paul, let's just say on a rocket, the less parts, the better. Less things that could go wrong.
Justin, Sarah's ringing your bell.
All right, hold on.
Just like Blondie.
Yeah.
Oh God. You
Hello?
said that. You said that. That song
Hello?
came to my head.
Yeah, Mark White, that was kind of what I was thinking is the differential expansion
Hello?
max Q with the
Hello?
pressure.
Hello? Hey,
Hello?
Come on.
Hello?
Oh,
Come
Hello?
on.
I
So
think we
Paul,
got
the-
one pack.
The Starship had the same.
there's one
the
up in the
Starship
cupboard.
had the same issue. It didn't separate. So
Yeah, we
on
were
this
making
next
burritos and
launch-
everything else with them, remember?
On this next launch, they're gonna do what's called hot staging, where they fire stage 2 prior to the separation or as part of the separation. So they've actually added some venting so that they can start the second engine to sort of help push it away to help the separation. So SpaceX had the same issue. Let's face it, nobody's ever built a rocket as big as that one, so it's got some mathematics to be worked out yet.
Hmm.
Isn't a lot of people built giant
There we go.
rockets?
Not of that size.
No.
Right.
Anyways, with the Raptor 2s, I forget how many less engines they can put on that thing and still have the same thrust. Yeah, no, let me find it.
It's kind of a beastie, isn't it?
Um,
You got any picks for
oh, here's the article.
So Carlos, what if you could do anything in the world at your age and stage of life, what is it you would like to have done?
I don't know. I don't think I have anything.
Would you like to be an astronaut? Would you like to be
I think I'm good for now. I just rather take life one step at a time than rather think of what to do next.
okay?
Okay. Here, I'll show you the article. So it's this Elite 1337 is the one that they're working on. But you can see it's 1100 kilograms versus right now 1600 kilograms on the Raptor 2s, which is what's on there. So you're looking at how much of a weight reduction? 30% plus. And 230 tons versus 320 tons. So almost a third, so third less weight with a third more power. And apparently a hell of a lot cheaper to build.
Huh.
And they can build them faster. So he can make more. Yeah, they went through and went, what can we get rid of? Is basically what they did when they did this design on this engine. Says the Raptors are about $1 million a piece. These new ones, well, future Raptors 500,000. Anyways, it's saying this new one could be only 200,000 for each engine versus $1 million today. That's 5 times less. That's 5 times less cost just in the motor engines to build them. This is why SpaceX is doing what they're doing. Anyways, so that's the new engine that they're working on. Mr. Musk will help us build our moon base. Remember that Remember that series? God, what the hell was the name of that series?
Ice 1999.
Yeah, where we had the moon base, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd forgotten what the name of that was. Elon's going to help us build the moon base. And we need the moon base so that we can literally build rockets there and launch them from there instead of from on Earth. Because it takes gazillion times less fuel.
Exactly.
Because of the gravity. So we'll be able to use less fuel and send them farther and do it cheaper and simply by being able to do it there. And I think this is why Relativity Space is looking at the 3D printing stuff, because their vision is once we get to the moon or once we get to Mars, how do you build things? A 3D printer would be the most efficient way to build things once you got there, right? So I don't know. Maybe the moon base exists in our lifetime, Dominic. It's the plan. It's supposed to start in 2025. That's when SpaceX is supposed to have that lander parked over the South Pole of the moon. They're gonna build it. They're gonna put that space dock over the southern pole, so the rocket to go up and attach to the space dock, and then like a little elevator has its own little ship that will drop them down to the moon. So it's got its own building their own little lunar lander elevator, so to speak. Some cool shit. You can say whatever you want to say about Musk. He sure as hell makes crap get done. And he may seem a little out there, but
Yeah, he gets things done. There's no doubt about that.
so was Howard Hughes. Everybody thought he was a little out there too, right?
Yeah, he had quite the reputation in his day too, didn't he?
He did. But goddamn, he made more things for the military than anybody else did and invented shit that nobody else did. So give the guy credit. He was pretty smart.
A pretty fart smell.
Andrew.
Hello.
Yeah, and you know,
So
that's been the
it's-
case a lot throughout history where there's been people that were really smart that people looked at and went, I think he's a little nuts, but
You do realize the space station's coming down in 2030, right?
yeah, I know.
The current one, yes.
No, that's ISIS. They're building the plan is SpaceX is gonna launch the module that is gonna, and that's why
booster.
they got to get the Starship done, because Starship is gonna lift that module to the southern pole of the moon. That is going to be that's the lunar lander module.
Oh, using the rocket, the Dragon booster.
The Starship, not the Dragon module. The
Yeah,
Starship.
it was. It's based on the booster for the Dragon.
Yes.
Dragon rocket,
Yeah.
because that's their most successful so far.
But essentially what they're doing is they're basically going to put a orbiting space station over the southern part of the moon that has its own lunar lander rocket kind of thing. So our rockets will fly to that space station, dock, and then jump on board the other ship to go down to the moon.
So who's going to pay for it?
US government.
Um,
They signed the contract with SpaceX.
Uh,
That's what
didn't
they're in
you
the middle
hear-
of doing.
Didn't you hear? We're about.
Yeah,
to
I know.
be-
We're going broke Saturday. Yeah, I know. Whatever.
We're budgets. The government's about to shut down, Paul, for how many times now, Paul?
They do that every year or two.
Yeah,
It's
every 3 years.
There ain't even no reason to think about it because they'll fix it right at the last second.
They'll either fix it the last second or they'll fix it all after the fact, which is what they did in the last several. It's kind of one of those, whatever.
You're thinking, aren't you, Paul Murray?
Yep. I try to do that once in a while.
You're thinking about what you're going to fly.
The worst game of chicken ever played. It's called politics. Seriously.
Oh, Mark, did you hear about the Biden's dog?
He bit another security
Commander?
guy. It's like he's bit like
Commander?
11. He's bit like
Commander?
11 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's bit like 11 security
And-
guards.
And then there's Major, his other dog, who has bit at least 8 to 10 people at least,
Yeah.
which is why they send him to Delaware. And they're probably going to send Commander to Delaware because of the same problem Major had.
Mm-hmm. Why can't the damn dogs just bite him?
That's what
I gotta,
that's what I'm
I gotta roll. So
That's what I'm waiting for, right?
Okay, Dominic. Thanks, buddy.
No worries.
Are
See
you
you
going to
soon.
why do I get the feeling you're going to Gary's?
Going to
Yeah,
where?
I'll try and confirm or deny that. I'm
Where,
gonna
where are you going?
go and annoy Gary.
Okay, all right.
You
Enjoy knowing
uh,
Gary.
He's making the rounds.
Yeah. It's Friday
Uh,
again for me.
You mean Brant Ariels?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go and annoy him. Okay. See you.
Okay, buddy.
There. Yeah, speaking of which, I think I'm getting going because I need to go relax.
Oh, you're going to the same place, huh? Okay. All right.
No, I'm not going anywhere. Remember, I'm getting over COVID.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
I'm not exactly completely.
where'd you get
The fuel gauge isn't exactly full, Paul.
Yeah. Well, just be careful where you put your dipstick.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you hear that, Hodges?
Yeah.
I think you need to tell Hodges that, not me.
Well, I think Hodges was doing some cuddling today when he was out putting signs up.
Yeah. That's what took me so long today. Do those signs.
Yep.
Hey, I got 6 for tomorrow already, Paul.
All right. You
Hey,
better,
I'm
you better
gonna get
take your,
going.
you better
See you
take your
guys.
Viagra tonight.
Later.
Yeah, it's around here someplace.
Your Viagra? Okay.
You realize it's generic now, right?
It's what?
Generic.
Viagra is generic now.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah. Because it's been out over 20 years.
Oh, cool.
Do you normally keep up on all that stuff, Andrew?
Yeah, geez.
My brother's a pharmacist.
Keep
Dad
up.
was a pharmacist. Dad's friend was a pharmacist. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's,
I know
you,
a lot of pharmacists.
you could be our pharmaceutical connection.
I'm not a pharmacist.
Well, Google can make you a pharmacist.
As long as you know what you're looking for.
Yeah. I just can't say half the words, that's all. Some of the
Well, even some of the names, even the pharmacist has trouble pronouncing it. Because some of the names are in Latin.
yeah.
For all the Latinas.
You know the dead language. Justin, do you see the chat?
Justin, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm
Do you
just
see?
was I
Do you
was
see
answering.
Do you see Arizona Drone Dude?
AZ said something.
Justin's dad was a genealogist. What?
He
Gynecologist?
said
No, he wasn't. What's he talking about?
I don't know.
I was answering comments. Sorry, I had like 100 comments I was trying to answer.
I don't know what he's talking about. Any clue, Paul Murray?
Any what?
Any insight on what he's talking about?
No.
Yeah, I gotta jump off here. I gotta go fix dinner. So
Okay. Hey,
I'll see
thanks
you
for
later.
being here.
What do we have for?
Well, yeah. Well, Paul wants to know what's for supper.
I bet you it's burritos.
Could be. Well, yeah. We heard a little bit of a discussion about burritos when he had his mic not turned off. So
those sound good.
He said. I think taking the context from what I can remember, he said something. Well, we just had burritos, but we could do burritos again. And
or you could have done fajitas.
Yeah.
But fajitas usually involve chicken. At least mine do. Chicken and cheese. You know, you cook up the chicken, put a little sauce in there.
Yeah.
And then throw it on a little fajita. And then put some cheddar cheese on it.
Well, Paul, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I'm going out later anyway, so.
Yeah, he's going out to eat. Paul goes out in the evening to his friend's house and he parties.
And party hardy with coffee. Yeah.
Don't you go out and party, Paul Murray?
No.
Why
That's why
not?
I don't worry about COVID because I don't go anywhere.
Come on, you have to go somewhere every once in a while.
Every-
Otherwise, you go.
everything-
Otherwise,
Everything is delivered.
if you don't go somewhere once in a while, you might go crazy.
Yeah, well, there's that about it. I've already arrived.
Yeah.
So you're saying you might be just a little?
Just a little, but it gets bigger every day, you know.
What do you think, Hodges?
I try not to think, it hurts my brains.
Oh, AZ said that he got his Mini 4 today, Paul, and it's in the
Oh. So has it gone eat up here yet or just?
What are you talking about, Mark? She
Oh,
said Sarah has spoken.
That's Justin's wife.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but she spoke, that's why he had to leave.
Yep. She put the hook in.
Jonathan, what are you doing? I think Jonathan's giving us the finger.
Okay, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. Andrew, thanks for popping in.
Yep.
See
And
you later.
Paul Hodges, you have fun tonight.
Saturday out flying. Okay. I want to hear the story on this thing here, AZ. So
Yeah, you gotta
Later.
give us a report.
No.
Okay, we'll see y'all later.
yep, see ya. Bye.
Okay, bye, Paul. Everybody, have a great evening. Stay out of trouble. And everybody stand by for the flight AZ is going to do with his Mini 4. He's going to report back.